Donsia about Perma, Bushafo, and Archer Macquaba, and Boone Breakers or Kessben television. So, Marason, say your mind get a moon, so mind is see no yet a song where Kaseɛ, Dad and home, our Facebook and YouTube nature, our DSTV channel 364, Go TV channel 121. Kaseɛ Biare, now what TV, Eddie, France, some of the bidding workers in all Ebony. A man, Penny John Dramani Mahama Neka say, now what Tressa or mind get a more, your name up. You see, a band by the Shema Pegua Quemua, ye not the Aho, the Conquer for my so aquaton. Maybe when you know the San 72, Johnny the Munchi Mamo. Sasso and a Chivia in your Munkin with Fossas, you know. Your mom Penny John Dramani Mahama Wakasa a day afahon. Now a Chiviano and once and 7 mono. A man Penny Abedi, Professor Genano Puquajimas, Swaya Doya, and Yasam Ketua cry. Yelba Remu, a wapum de hun same was wafwa. Or here upon the home some swatches and now no man probi. A nipper or Korea cran, hon 7 Musheswa, and Nessie for whom Boomino, on Betty and as a binding putting for Betty Scocco a day at Womo. On mine gun, I'm not with your fears, a beco, nay, no more quarters, and some would do a chagoyano, yet the Munchi Munina Amamo, nay, a quo bay, and on much as on the strike, and I said to your temperature so. When you to was my ye Kaseɛ moi, ye the Munchi Munina, but same way, I dread the answer come home, you will conquer for my son Yabuanoa. Don't read about Queen Yadesum Kessben television so. Only a bema was Sampa Kenny Sampson, me and a magibra, with the Munchi Munina, Ebersum or Fay, ye enjoy a home rain, Nakasi Munchi Mangasano, Yamfa Emamo. O mane se yehye yensem na se ede amama yehye se ede a ye man pani John Dramani Mahama na ka kire ne yehye yensem na se ede afri 24-hour economy ya ban na ni so ade hunu se enyu betimi akoso ye man ga ne maboa amamabru na nya adwuma aye nti bi mu ye adwuma damu no anadwe se no mabru no do no ane ga na adwuma yefo so ebe ye adwuma se do konkrofo man so a esi etie no na wo ba ye man ga na mu adwuma ko ba ko a wo de nade ye adwuma no wotwa nkyɛnse bi no a B5 ntimi anyi wo mfiri mu kra mane HS B5 ajumakuo no eno masi factory Kaseɛ ato won sa afre mampani John Dramani Mahama amana kwa akobia no a ye mampani HS esa emfridwuma hodo se ne betimi abo man ga na mpuntu ono kura ka ho bi no de sa 24-hour economy no aba na mampani kasa wodwumadie na se no wo HS o man Ghana panifo de hye yagu akwa mo ye nade ho nsem nyina ne se no ye de beko abefo kwa nkrofo kromu ne akonya ho sekenatimi abo man ga na mpuntu wo HS sunsu ha ne kura no wonka ene America dollar $300 million ena afibia mu no ye betimi anya ede afri na de ye bedada mu ede akonkrofo man so kwa akoto na aboa amoman ni mpuntu ne nkan ko so ne nyina so atimi akonkan ye mampani kasa awo B5 djumakuo no omudjumadie na ase ne sem sei ene mampani John Dramani Mahama eto aso ede tu dwamai.
Industrial capacity requires raw material security. Ghana generates substantial volumes of scrap metal annually. Through construction, demolition, vehicle imports, and industrial activity. For too long, a significant portion of that scrap had been exported in its raw form. By restricting non-ferrous scrap exports, the government ensures local processors have priority access to raw material for their production. This policy of banning non-ferrous scrap is expected to boost processed metal exports by $250 to $300 million annually. It will also create 5,000 to 10,000 new jobs. It will increase tax revenues through value-added tax, corporate taxes, and pay as you earn. Industrial capacity requires raw material security. Ghana generates substantial volumes of scrap metal annually. Through construction, demolition, vehicle imports, and industrial activity. For too long, a significant portion of that scrap had been exported in its raw form. By restricting non-ferrous scrap exports, the government ensures local processors have priority access to raw material for their production. This policy of banning non-ferrous scrap is expected to boost processed metal exports by $250 to $300 million annually. It will also create 5,000 to 10,000 new jobs. It will increase tax revenues through value-added tax, corporate taxes, and pay as you earn.
Yaman Penny, John Dramani Mahama Sato as one in same watch and yes, and at the Yahodo and the conqueror for my soa. Na yentimi na nda mu no, you say the 24-hour economy, you may deal in tea. A binding Shema Pegua Quemua, Salumi, and Sa Nadia who do any no, ye better than them wabe for council. Na conqueror for my swing yabopa, it is some for Sunia Bebuam, mine getting punto than Cancoso, Nina da so, Agilage and also. Or no, say the Yaman Penny, John Dramani Mahama, as a church mufai.
We are moving up the value chain. We're exporting finished and semi-finished products, not raw scrap. Under the Big Push infrastructure program, government is investing heavily in roads and highways, railway modernization, bridges and interchanges, energy transmission lines, affordable housing, and industrial parks. All these I have mentioned require iron and steel. Africa is projected to require over $100 billion annually in infrastructure development. West Africa alone faces significant infrastructure deficits. If Ghana develops a strong steel base, we not only build our own roads and bridges, we will also supply steel to the whole sub-region. This is how infrastructure becomes industrial strategy. We are moving up the value chain.
Na ya twasa wansa from adi amamwa Muslimi sumni mono okomsheni Muhammad edi tuodwa kire se ene unyam som ene afeso Muslimi so no betimi akonkan pa atwa se ene afini mono utimi edi emuwada no mutimi ya bosome na mo de sa akonche no ahyehyɛ so a ebo mo apom den afeso ebo abo munyam som etimi konkan pa na afi mu de ne sa Ramadan no masase a omutu ho na mo anya asem keto akra na no kuada ne branda ni mono ene bi mo hye ase a akonche konkro no eguso a ekoso na ono na aka ho bia me mampani John Dramani Mahama editiri kwasem ma wo mo kyese enkonkyere ne mpaebo de ye pa na obesre o alla nyankopon ni nhira na ho de dia ma yere no nkramofo ahodo a o ye akonkyere se omoso obo mpae ma wo mo amoso ye akonkyere obesre se omo mpae pan fa nyina oman ga na ati na oman ni mpuntu entimi nkonkan titiriu ene ye mampani John Dramani Mahama na mamu etoso mire no gidi ye se wo yi alla nyankopon fremu a entimi nkonkan kra se de kyerosem ka asem bi se di otu na mo na urade nka ne ho entimi nwie peyo no obesere se ne ye muslimifo kine komo no obesere won pass wo mpa ye mfamo na mamu afeso ensem ahodo e mampani aka fo mo ho no ensem sei no chichiri mu
wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. As we stand at the threshold of this blessed month of Ramadan, Lordina and I extend our warmest greetings to you and your families. Ramadan is truly a special time, a month of reflection, renewal, and coming together as one community. As you begin your fast, may your hearts be purified and your imani strengthened and accepted. May Allah, the most merciful, grant you good health and peace of mind and abundant mercies throughout these 30 days of fasting. May your prayers be answered, your good deeds be accepted, and may this Ramadan month bring you closer to our Creator and to one another. As you break your fast each evening with family and friends, remember that the true beauty of Ramadan lies not just in abstaining from food, but in the discipline, compassion, and generosity we show to all, especially to those who are less fortunate than us. Let's use this holy month to strengthen the bonds of unity, love, and peace in our communities and across our beloved nation, Ghana. From my family, we wish you a spiritually fulfilled and blessed Ramadan. Ramadan Mubarak. May Allah accept.
Na wasa kwanche konkro ni mu no na omampani abedi e Professor Jena no Poku Agyeman kire center so nko asabi wo no nko antimi enante wa bra yere mu nkramofo de sa kwanche hyehye so no na eduru sa no nsia bo a ombedidi na masa nya hode na ade ye tia omatoa so a na omatimi abompa pa abo omanga na mpuntu ndimpremprem na okasa de manabo nkyere se wode woni kire emfimfi mante mu a muslimi fo na wo no akoye omadoye pa na wa bra ye mampani abedi e Professor Jena na Poku Agyeman na ekọ ho no manabo no kire se enuane bi ti se mo anwa na face no si kire mok ene keka ho bia ombetia keka o mano no na wode ekoma wo mo onimnyamfo Dr. Kwabena Mintanya ako wono na oyem rase bedwan de ma adesia wo Cape Coast North aboto mpesua so okogina mu ma omampani abedi e Professor Jena na Poku Agyeman de sa na ma nyina ma wo mo ma ne nantese no ochireche mu sei de mai
yes ma oyen Muslim communities now or your central region and our respective constituencies now. In your position here, na aba bams and each other yekodo ye. In the or this meaning the memra na memfa oye nyame ye fama oye Muslim communities now. Fasting baby, yes, you need fasting. Ramadan is about fasting, it's about prayers, it's about reflection, it's about community. In the omomo wonsum na mpa bobia wo bobia so wakai oye omampin wakai na so wakai Ghana. Na anamon bi obutubia so otumu akoyi magana so afane tampa ozifra on it is she be aba me this the youth e bi won say aka wo chefa to the community police e menye bi CCR security services wo as a orokodo other respective state organizations ni aso we would work from kofo it remember me share mbegunu nkran the omanpezi she be ozeba nyame be ya adom akoko nkitinti a onzo wo be hyase mebu na wonso onyu age agriko no obi amoze na onye onhwe na onso na onso ofanye adwuma na oboa ma owo kan na ze mi de onte bia omampin na nkasa obubu atugan na ina yenyom yensu yehuma ozreba na manasra inde mebu no drugs akọ na nyamo na wozo won agim re boto asre e wonya boter na nyame be ya adum bibia so akọ
na mrasebe dwane no enkase no achi no na wodi wani kire mfimfim mante mo pani kase a oda muslimifo no nyina ano ayi Sheikh Mahmoud Dande ono so agye ne manda imam pani abede chi Professor Jena na Poku Agyeman asepa se wenye dedi kan a oye saado yi ene sabio no medi se omampani abede chi kura no ene abre bia ombe ya akwankyini bia no wogina wona chi mo nuane mo ne ma hodo a abegina obeboa wo ma hye onkura na yemo matimi ato aguso aye enti na ye Professor Jena na Poku Agyeman dia bono mani aso pa ensem sei na Sheikh Mahmoud Edituja.
The Vice President of the Republic of Ghana, Professor Jena na Poku Agyeman, only the Yadanas, Papa. Some color Yadanasa. On ye first time, other Yadama Adiza Chelini, almost every Chibi Biara or government or opposition Oba, it's the Infi Kale and that's a so cool Lazima. Excellency. Lying there, Mamma will live well. Now, Sir Ebakaya on Charibia and the Bilbis and the Sabi, so my pain is SSC John Dramani Mamo, you are Obegina. No, Kale, you know, all the name CCR, only the work of my pain, but you are lazy. This is as I come, Ebakala, you see a talichu, a juvenile of my pains. You have a talichu, no, I am always. It's a improvement. No so bad, no say who my baka. But I let you there or warm and pain. I know. Most of you there, a Jew or wow, man pains that shall say my area. And the woman in Kara and a Jew and then you do CCR. Obo man pay my man to Buna. And why am I in Nara?
Na watchi ahyase mu na beto dwa se wo do ne kire mampro bi e no won kramante mu awrehosem ne si ne nyinada ene se ene abaywa bi afa afro na okọ awo so okọ wo ye no ne batache ena nipa bonfo bi ade ne fata bi hye ye obeto mrada fa akora no owia ne mpo ene sa eho no moteatia mu ye posifo asutira ene nyankopon je wona chie ma sa abufra yi omutimi eje no ama mprempre kwa me no kasa kra de sa awura yi aposifo atimi ache no na asam ne baaye no ena nipa gana de hye bebrebe do mano ato mu se we de twa sopa na nya de di kan so a sa asem ye bi si ne ohwa santo mante mu bi asi me ahodo opi wo ye man gana mu no se wo kwwo am ye wi a oba na ya na tai kwa sopa wono na aka ho bi mo so afo hwapom den ye ho nsem so dwabo som na se be nyamfo komra minta kando wo kire se na abre so de wonye ne sa akora firi se enipa yi okɔwi a sa abufra no nko antimi mfa ne pɛ enkuwia ene eba ne sa na akoye sa no na obi ewo adwuma ni mu a ene no betimi a yi nipa na sutire se o ya firi ho bra befa ene se esi ade omo ne hwemu ahyehye so a nipa bonfo ho bo sansem ni mu nyina no enkoye awura ne nko a ofa abufra no obetimi ayi wo so krata ne mra ne mo ndie na aye nsanda ho ama afoforo se de be ya ye betimi aboye mofra ne abata ho ban awo ye man gane wa abra mo kɔ wache bia akwakwakwagye awo no nsem sei ene wo so afo hwapom de ho nsem so eto aso edi mai.
So we have issued clear instructions and clear directives that no health professional should be seen on duty without being duly identified, wearing your name tag to identify you. It's a sin at this point in time. So those who are not enforcing that particular directive, if anything happens, we will, deal with you. That is number one. Number two, we have also instructed, not today, that every health facility must have a working CCTV camera. Every health facility in this country. So you cannot come and tell us that you don't have, because you have been told. It's been clearly written and circulated to all health facilities long ago. So they must have that. We have also indicated that there must be clear service points. You must see telephone numbers clearly displayed at various strategic positions, suggestion boxes.
Na ewa pomdi mu nsem no amu yede ni kire mfimfi mante mu ebiem na wodo ni kire pomu opone Kaseɛ wo hwa pomden adwumakuo no eso no eye owura yire Joyce ebegina ono so de tudwa se wo hwe se de malaria kum nipa ahodo ewo man gan manta ahodo ni mu hye pa omo de agu akwan mu nti wo ba mantem ni mu a yade ekum nipa na yade a ade sie ni nya no nei malaria enka ho kra woni yensen chofo bonkomo echre butaye ne hye de agu akwan mu aka ho bi ama malaria yade no moko ewo mfimfin mantem.
Every year we meet to discuss our performance, and from the reports that we have extracted for the year under review, we realize that the top 5 common conditions that come to our OPD, I think I mentioned them, upper respiratory tract infection. Then we also have malaria. But malaria, no, it used to be the first reason why people come. But these days, because of the intervention programs we are putting in place, we are at the elimination stage as a country. We've put in a lot of interventions. And those days, we used to manage malaria without necessarily testing. Once we are presenting the signs and symptoms, we go ahead and then we presume it's malaria and then we manage. But now, everybody who comes with signs of malaria, we test you to be sure that you actually have malaria before we treat. You see, periodically, every 3 years, long-lasting insecticide-treated nets are also distributed to.
Na Kaseɛ no achi na manabo no kyerɛ wo de wani kyerɛ Negi Health Center ho a eni pa wa ye physician assistant ɛwɔ ho no ɛyɛ Patience Odru ɔno so ɛne yɛn sentralfo bonkomo ɔde nsim ɛto asomare.
Currently managing its expansion because our facility is very small and then we don't have a place for detention. So we don't have separate male ward, we don't have separate female ward. The only room that we have available is the one we use for both. And it's the same place that we use as our treatment area. So we need infrastructure, which is expansion, so that the facility can get all these areas for us to serve our people very well. We also need some equipment like a BP machine, the stethoscope, the thermometers, infrared ones, and then furniture for our outreach points. We need tables, we need chairs. When our people go for the child welfare clinics in our communities around the Mount Zion area, they don't have a place. Even where for them to sit is a problem. So they need chairs, they need tables, they also need a canopy. Or if they can get a dedicated area where we can even get a container that will be mounted for them to use as the point for which they render that service to the people in that community.
Yanto asha wanse fufuro mu emfa emam civil and local government staff association aye twenti afa no closak aye adwuma yefo akọ assembly ne nyumaku ahodo mo ye adwuma ma aban no mo mpanimfo na friends and trofo na mo asem no ye tia wasa ka tia ko mo panimpa banfo ado na ekese mo kire se efrimpim yenu ene dunkro ni mo no 2019 ene o makatua ni nwanam ne anumhyede ho nsem o makasa ne so aban ko aban ba o muntimi nya sacha ya hodo obi antimi emfa ma wo mo enti ho ba be hia se nei wodo na de nyina egu fam na wode setu atim bi hyehye so na be ka ho bi ama aban no mpedefo so mani abere pa omo ekire se mpedefo ahodo a ehwa so mo si nkonwa na omo kasa de fo makatua no munya nam ne ho no omo tu ho na mo wan fidodo a ne so enya de se eso ababia ede ama wo mo enti ente kura no omo de atua atim hyehye so ewo ye man Ghana mu omo frɛ yen se ntrofo mo de nsem yi se ye to ye ne mu na opani Kaseɛ no executive secretary no wura Isaac Bampo ado kasa de nsem se ne tuodwa
de ne ye pa a che se aban de yen ba hihye se obema yen new salary structure and conditions of service effective 1st January 2023. Yes, started sa negotiations since 2019. Ya sign MOUs to say mienu. Ninia abai mbosha odi share no wa feli. Nti de ye kan say by 9th March say yenti bibia free abai ye tina fie ye mbe djuma. All staff of the civil service and the local government service and all agencies affiliated with CLOSAC. Thank you.
Ebeto aso ogomashia mu nsemu ade mamona ye de ni akira hafo mante mo so tifinof mansiri mu na ye kwamana bono kire se ahemfu bi no ewo obin krom ne o manyame so ade pa aka ka omo hu bia ICT ene mai computer civil laptops mo de akoma suku ahodo ewo pom so omonye no mo mfa ensua de na wabra nanom kwache sa na ema no na obin krom ahene na owusu sekre ene yensenchwe no obobadwen be bon komo de tuna ni mu se adisuafo wo bin krom ni nkrutu ahodo ho nam sese bi wo ye kurase enti adisuafo mu computer sem wo fempa free say ICT no de aba na emom computer akade ahodo betimi de akira ade de asua de nya de so mu hu bi ene mouse hu bi da keyboard hu bi da laptop mu hu bi keyboard mu hu bi enti on be stress aba no betimi agire omo atie na ICT nimde akwa so hu ne ma ahodo betimi abo ma de kire ne hu masu etimi etumpo no on pebi emfa ema wo mu na wo kasa ne sem sei na editudwa
kina ya nse ye modimbo aye betimi ya bibi aba ya ye computers enum na ya ye ene ye gira ha ye dia de se de to Ghana government ani se o ma boy school yi adisua ya ade a ehia pa o ma boy school ne school yintimi enkonani with computers yi ebiem ye dia de se de so beto adofo ewo krum ha ya bibi wo mu semu a omo abetimi ato computers yi bi abontin babia be asma mekan ebeduro bia no so obi wo ho na kala koma said oh the school obi nkonfo aye enti mesoso e wo se mekobo a onu so nyame nhira no ye hia moa Omama me so ya sene yin computers no more ya fa ba school no ma school no anya kra ba hwe de ye betimi aya
Ohene Kaseɛ no achi no okọ epom ha Mr. Samuel Ekuamwa wano ene school management committee chairman CMC no ona ye omo adwam training ono so ene yensenju no obo badwem babonkoma ode nsim se to so emaye
ya ha Kaseɛ pa ye computers na dadwena da school so nti school no kan ho bom ene school authority no master na etchefo nya kan bom ni awofo se be ba afo ke kan sa kakra bi ne enya ti samre ye gine masre the Sraban, Australia regional minister, regional minister. The honorable DCS Stephen of any pen 42. I was Stephen of Hane, Ghana Fanana, so be over T and Cabiano. On Chimay, no on the boy a beer. Now, Obinkum school, no, in here computers. You say, nay, Abbey for Panya, the first a children Colana de Ma, a decision point computer. Tikaka and answer T.S. It was riding to this, be over T and Cabia, maybe Bawaha, Menanawaha. Haya na ehia se yetumi haya ha anye ya ya mane na na no mo da achi ebe ba santi esre sempenfo emeboaye na computers me yenya bi nka ho
headmaster ono ewo Obinkrom school mu ho no eye owura oseye sibe Sylvester ono so ekasa ase
itaya abeka yensei egbo kwasere ne so fi say busy school a ye ne school o man Ghana nyina atwere exams baako ICT. They mobile anu say any computer wa kokrampo ho no mo. Ne sente na emre bia na akwa say theoretical aspect in corner yusua. Nti akwa no kono say do bi kwa da ho mo computer ho a unim. But we are say aka machine si I am kwa be practical aspect so aka theoretical no ho no. Be boa ma akwa no ko exam center ho no mo a ko she gusa no. Through practical nti na obeka kai net nya boa no. Now otimi ne omomo community me atwe exams na atwe ni na abusi enkwaro so mora in ICT aspect nti be sa old system of theoretical aspect if you na the practical aspect abreye nti eno na mo a be boye emofra no
Omare sie nwoma su ahụ semi so na ebegina ewo so tifi mansirim wa hafo mantem ne atwa yakwaje adwede nkra to aba ye ba nsem ne pi na ka akira ye de ebeto amoso Omar said, "Masama Tram Yakwaji, Dreading Kratoba, Fayam, Twayan, so and far and Mamma, your Bellramu. My gun, I'm not said with your fear, and some of the kind of two jar. Far now, I was a missima probi a polyclinic one. And a name, I said with your fear, no, or Macassa, Edia Farm said there. Now was swap for shop on the home, some can, as well I can. As you bring your CCT cameras, nobody about by your face, where nurse in na and ye we Juma swap, I say, what are the seven ID card? I want to solo near who says, that's what obtain or by Juma. Now I had my fast and way to me up on my young who say, Assembly see a year who actually crying. Into nay, a dum do a candy for an answer, the watchers and warm wabby actually. Mamma, comfort kujo, a cassa pass, and what baby here say, Bam bon near my do work, come up by yourself, you would do, and why am I getting said a bayer? Nipa bekwa was wakwa winning, and be afo mba, wabana seb you muntimi engu no bi kura so ntimi wia wo mo. E ba na se betimi aboa mapomde ho nsem, atimi akonkan pa fri se. O ma bi ahekire ni mpuntu mo no ye pomde ho nsem fri mu a, enye ye o kire se konkrofo man so a. Enye sa na tienti adai se yesi yesua wo mo a. Ye ntimi nsua ne ye, na obi bekwa wo so kwakwa wo ama ne ba ayera. O kasa ni bra so pa, wo mra se be fie se, aban mo mpanimfo ntu nansi fam. Se be ya na anu asem yesi ye, ebi ntimi
Clear instructions and clear directives that no health professional should be seen on duty without being duly identified, wearing your name tag to identify you.
This year, Monfante, Repam Yasa, and then why the Bamamo. Now, yet to us, once we from the Amamoa. Divilla, you may call him in fortress, and ye. Oh, here on my gun and more. Say, what your licenses and national licenses of Crew. Now, renew, and name who do open Bacono. Lion who do a Bohornia, some Ketuakra. Ne sent a more Broma Quabam, now on my tremoa, and Diville office, no. Won't be able to do on where Timia Boama, getting in this year beer, or also quoting lines and answer, or quite Diville, when a Juma be no Beco, na and Thomas one and said to me, I can't manage and let me a concain, or no cra so a dantenia. Grow boys are holding pimpy, and a young magic Diville, you may call a boss. That's one who swam so won't in your alliances with him in your Jumano. Was what be your moon free a come free say. One and answer office in this 20 year Nama grow boys, no, almost original purchasing church in Chancro for a name. One or anaka whom be am open a Kaseɛ, or that DVL you may call no and watch say, I feel moody as woman say, or mind to me and me office in the crown and yet be a night. I bet me up one more divil you may come to my dear in also, at me a concain. Or the signs of ringing out to Jai Kumasa Bant my wabra. Divil you may call no office will be in honor. Now or more ever than a dear to me abwa, my gun this Yako could do on Juma, and opening case or that divil you may call no, and first I could understand the sense in we at Tuja.
You can imagine the whole Ghana. DVLA, before I came into office, we had 34 offices. 34 offices in the whole Ghana is woefully inadequate. A place like Otirigi had no office. A place like Northeast, they have no office. A place like Savannah region had no office. So we are making a conscious effort to make sure that at least our services will be felt down there, closer to you, for proximity's sake. So it is a conscious effort, so that nobody will give me an excuse that coming to our office is difficult, or where he or she has to pick car to is difficult. Imagine you staying in Jomoro, and the closest office you can get to is Takrade or Axim, and you're going to provide service, or you're going to renew your license, which is about 60 cedis. Now you pick a car worth about 100 cedis to go and do or undertake a service of 60 cedis. How will you feel? So we are having a conscious and a silent effort to do away with tourism by no military intervention, no police intervention. We will use our knowledge and intelligence to do that. That is what we are doing. So we are opening more offices. This year, the Minister of Transport, Honorable Bukari Nikwe, has charged us to open 40 offices. 40. Last year alone, we were able to do 10. This year, this is the first one we are opening if I leave here, we have 3 more to open. Next month, we are opening 5. So you can imagine, we'll do a lot for the people of Ghana to have access to DVLA services. Proximity to our offices. You can imagine the whole Ghana.
Omani nipa na Kaseɛ ayunyamfo Julius ono na ye DVL adwumakuo no opani Kaseɛ pa na ne Kaseɛ no akire no ewo Kumase Bantema no na wode wani kire omo atena ye mabie foforo kra no a Chief Operation Officer wo epom ho ene yen centralfo so ebon komo pa owura kwadwopoku ampratwum edi no do no de namnu no ajapoku ono so Kaseɛ ode nsimsi to asomai
ni eba ho so na ya adwen se ebe ye this whole thing ye be partner ya ni dibi ebe kabu ma ye adwuma se ye de dibi adwuma wo ye no ebe ba timamfo aboboa no enti ahai ade bia ye no DBL wo ko mo office sa mo ye ma obia no ba ha ye enu abi pepepepepe na de ye nika wo mu kra ne se ha no obroni be kasa ye one stop shop on se so be register car I saw the come private vehicle station for no testimony ansana wo de aba DVL ama ya hwe ho nsem kan na ya register car na mo but ye ha idea ye wo sa PVTS ni bi private vehicle station nti oba ha ye testo car ye wo eye center wa eye clinic eye be hwe wani obaje driver's license na ya issue driver's license nti so obeba ana so bako ba bi ne baka se koha na kwaji wei koha na koyi kwa ansana ya ma na haide oba bibia obenya ni nyina wa ha Mid City ejina ne baby stronko na DVLA ultra ya bie ne ne so ejina ne baby the nti ameka sa ne se on say DVLA no enye vehicle testing no emra no e de ama PVTS ye na ye wo machines ye de no na Mid City eye but the aboa ne se eno ne adwuma e free ase e wa ha ye de start ye nti eno wo ho ye ngui e da so ye adwuma pa ana we no abeka nti we no aba e be hye kina ama me gu Mid City
na yempanefo se sankofo ho enya de se ye chinje bekoyi na chi na ene oman Ghana mra so bejafie na ano ensem yesi ye na awura ekowi a akora ya bofrai ewo Mampuri Polyclinic ho no se de edom dodo ne dom kuma ne nyina omo kabo mu ne titiro ne ma na ho no kasatie ye pa se eho behia se aban mu panefo de je papa begu akwa mu se de be ya na ano abra ho sem yesi ye yentimi enhu biem yenti esem ahodo deputy majority chief whip or the tuja.
Important that effective steps are taken to enhance security measures across public and private health facilities nationwide. Hospitals and clinics must strengthen access control, surveillance systems, and staff vigilance to foster similar incidents in the future.
If we allow people to just pop in at any time in the hospitals, that is when we have unguided situations where a visitor can just come and steal babies away. It is very disheartening to note that a mother, having carried a baby for 9 months, comes in, have a child, and even look at the condition in which he was in. The temperature rise and all that. It's something that any mother will feel strongly about. It is important. It is my wish and my plea that the administrators of these hospitals would take a very serious view of this situation.
Amare shebe to aso ewa pomde ho nsemu esade amamo ne nei dwumade bia koso ewa Asante Mantem ni nyina dan ne se wode nsantrofo wa Asante Mantem bi no afa entitie mu pa no mahu aniema ahodo a ene ekọ adasa nipadua mu a etimi bo manyale wa hodo no eba woni padua so wono na aka ho bia ma mpanimfo hodo ma ben ewo enuane mu afei so ma ben wa pomdim mu ede yesom no ema wo mo no mo kire se san yade hodo no a entimi nsa na emum se nipo wan hwe wadidie na afei so bra yi a wotimi enya bi no ombesere pa se aban no enti fa hye ma pa enwu akwan mu na enuane ye ho ntie nkrofo die no ye betimi abra no ase ewo ye man ga na mu ekoba saa no a saa yade bone ne dia kakraka so basa no ye betimi abra no ase pa emfa enipa do no a enko owuo mu na saa dwumadi mo hye so de ma Central for Wasantman mu sem di kan amanebon kyerese empanimfo ahodo a ewo kwa menkroma suapo mu nim enuane mu pa no ekwa ase kotu wonfo kyerkyere wo mu a so mbetena kasa mfonyin kasa fidie so be hu kwan ahodo so a omane gande se nyina so betimi abon koma afa no ma hwe madi die no mana montuo mu yi na yade bone no omonsa entimi anka bi Dr. Charles Apri ono ewo kwa menkroma suapo mu a ona dwumadi na chone yen Central for bon komo no den simsi to asomai
say na kwan baako a ehwehwema hu se betimi de aboa na yama yenu ne die mu ayeye ni se ye be hyemra emra ne bi ne se okoto ade a enema na ya tro ewe de awoto no ho no body front of park warning labeling ye betimi ma warning a chese we esuchire wo medoso we enche wo medoso amanipa na oto no we hu se de ameto na beboa me wo mediem ana me ho media beboa me wo me hu na ma na se mapomudin mu enti dwumadie na ye de hyehyɛ so ne ye pese ye de nsankyerefo wo kuma se ha eba ne ye kyerɛ mo se mumwa ye na ye modelu emfasa ne ma no ho eba ko ne se advertisement ana se adeton adwadi adeton ye ebo nkwala nnuane a emmoa nkwala modidiem enso ye bo ho delu de bia eba sa na akwala no ko school no okote obafia de obayanse ne ma me to be ma no o ma me so tamana enim se akwala ne dia emmoa no na enam se wako hu TV so nti na emra bia no a ebeba ne saa enkrato no akwala ne tia o se no ano bedi nti dwumadie ne de ba ne abeka chenso nkyerefo se mumwaye ne anye dede mumwaye ne nka nkyere ama ka ne se ama mpanifo se omumia
no etrese Ghana Public Health Association mo panimfo nde se entity so ima Central for binom a ewo Asante mantie mu efa sa enuanedie ne kwan be fa so bebo yapom de ho ban no na project lead edema sa ekuo yi no emo panimfo ayi wura James McKeon amwa ono so ne yen Central for Kaseɛ wode nsim se etudwa
Jan is okumasi Namu, the burden of NCDs or Ghana Nibasinina. Nekami will say, Ofa Nipa 10 be war Ghana here. Echo 7 and NCDs come diabetes, hypertension, kidney disease, akumayare, ekunpa be brain. Today, a bit my day, SCR no contenting and share more sin. The toss me no be a year, I beat him the abwa, a mere sense and a bini policies, but on a say, editor in Yania, Amodini, man, Ekumipa. This is sugar drink. Say, Dwana and Chimbe room, Dwana room, the tax better, so the taxes on Bob Costro. The Bob Costro, so now, better is better because even how this car better on my body baby. About Mundi baby is not the cost of the arena cost on the back of phone. The toss me no NCV front of pack labeling. I did by a package be and a better who say, running when the womb, Udia and Bow, Debba, and you say, can't want some. Now they try to encourage some marketing of food, TV, so social media, so billboard, I bet my adverter, exposing, especially in color, into San journalist Okumasi. Now, the burden of NCDs or Ghana Nibasinina, Nekami will say, Ofa Nipa.
Na yetwa so ewo adanse South Mansiri mu Wasante mante mu heye na amanabo no kyerese nana amankwa no a otoso miensa awo wura yie adanse wura yie ewo adanse South Mansiri mu na mamre ene amane yakwan so no ye de nasi akwia so odi kuro ema de se ewo epom ho manabo kyerese nana abosompem keteti apenten oye kuntin hene edema de se wodum passe divisional council no wono ena amamre ene amane yakwan so de afena ese nana amankwa no amiensa edim anasa ne nsem se wonsuan emeye odikuroma adehye ne ho no na esuan wie ye no e no wo kire sese kuro no ebetimi yetumpo na konkan pa no wohia enkebo mu wohia kroye na etimi aboa mofoforo ye mo pe ne kuro mu no omo nsa etimi aka
na sesa ni swadi hu ya mfa ya no anka keke na mbom yaka na ye biaye ne hwe enigi a amanfo adi
obiara na wo ma ada no ena ayi odom ne ma ayi juma titiri ye omesia yesu sem ana ya hospital ona me no se 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 da na do wa be ena ayi odom ne ba kala ma bo na yati ese ayeyo ne ya ye bibia ma aye nkodo na afi kre ne siesie na fibiara ne be esande oye na akofo kure kesepa adana komado nti mese ebusia ne fo riye mai mate mapawa ene mafa na nkuma ya kare mo ko na ya sumo me na wa bua me na ke afarita pa efra elo amde ya da yesibe onse ahefoi enyunya onse izabeni na labeni onse enyunya ante oya makomado atekesi de amai perfo riye mate ebusia perfo obape efe ya kwa ene ebusia beni
Nana amankwa na otoso miensa ekasa wieye no na kontihene de ma no matram konye wodum paase nana bosompem ketechie apenten eso de afutuo ma no se neya omama na so ayese di kro de ma de se woruyi no wo hwe so no kware di pepepe yo beye adwuma na abo makro ni mpuntu ne nkanko so ne nyina da so agimi ajeja na so
ne ko me tiatia wo hwese wuye kuroi de betu ko ebi mu tachichire e na wa betu e ma ko na tinsa na do ko ne ni titiro betu ma ya mu suya na pa ni fo ma yo ba titiro ma yo ka ya ka pasua oyi bo e ni e ma wo mo titiro hello ba ni ni wo suya benya wo do mo ba tu wo ne ka sa be no ne ke na se ese oyi bo ye ndi ko re na ye e ka ya ba pasua wo ti ma so mo ko ko ka bo na ba ye se wo ye be ka se wo ye be ka se wo ya ne ka o do ko pass mai ti be ka se ne ke na se di ya me ja ma ja fo ya ko bo wa ọwọ́ kan tó lè yẹ pẹ́yìn wọ́n tó tún pẹ́ wà yìí ọwọ́ yìí yẹ fọ̀fọ̀ ewu yẹ pẹ̀lú fún ọmọ bá wọ́n yìí nánú yẹ mọ́ òbí kásẹ̀ wọ́n.
yẹ kọ́ bọ́nà mante mu mìíràn sábẹ́ dwan de máa de ṣe a ẹ̀wọ́ German North abato mpẹ́sì yẹ sọ nyàmfọ́ Frederick Chiao ahenkwa na nkokwa nketenkete dwumadie yi a ayema mpani John Romani Muhammad ya ba fe na aduru pom ho a omo chen kokwa ibi ye de ama de se wo pom ho na timi aboa ama ane enkokoye na timi atretre pa wo ye man gane mu wona ye central fa bonkomo sese sa adwumade timi je ja na so a service bi nkokko force crack free crofo man so ba na to betwa kura na timi aboa ama ane portrait ye na se enkokoye no akonkan pa wo ye man gane mu
na sesa ni swadi hu ya mfa ya no anka keke na mbom ya ka na ye dia ye ne hwe enigi a amanfo adi ewura policy no ma which is going forward abe kra be se ni e fe wo hu ni se mampanya sha se si factory e wo bitim asa amwa ya ye hu nyina no ye omumpo na ya nya gba e wo ha there's already marketer factory no beto as raw material normal processing as anton amaye we effect no eso one ye nkwa ama no ne enka se ye kwa akokra enam e di abo ma ye na je se ye pressure na dollar no e di ba ye cedi ni so na so ai dey at eno achi ya nkasa ye fidi ye ho a me yi di se self reliance ye nko ba bi nkasa ye kopa aduane e di aba ene mpanfo na se sa ni swadi
na mrase bodwane no enkase ye no wachire no abankra chepende madehia wo German North mansiri mu nyamfo Adane George ono so ekase ye to aso
edesa nkokọ nketenkete aba enti enye se o je nkokọ no na wone wabusuanfo akwa akoche
na edikan no yema obia bobo ma agreg director na ne team efa obia de so hwe ne kama say ampa o deserve say kokon kitenke no o benefit bi enti nkyerɛkyerɛ a yɛayɛ ama ɔmo sɛ ɛsɛ sɛ ɔmo hwɛ ɔmo yie ɛsɛ sɛ ɔmo ma ɔmo nnuro ɛsɛ sɛ ɔmo ma ɔmo feeding sɛ ɛbɛyɛ a nkokɔ no ɛnwo na yɛasa de agreg directors no ne n'adwumayɛfoɔ number ato dwa so obi fesi program bi a quickly no ɔmfrɛ no na sɛdeɛ ɛbɛyɛ a ɔmo aponde no sɛdeɛ medical kan ɛwɔ adwabɔ no ase.
Abankra Japan no Kaseɛ no wachina de hye bi onya mfaso ɛwɔ sɛ wɔ kitikiti dwumadie no mu yi no ɛso kasa ase
metumi agyina saa nkoko wei so ama mabrabɔ atumponte ya me kan sɛ o mampani dramani mahama medana sipa sɛ on tonko so a no nyɛ saa na mosifo so a ɛwɔ district ha DC ne mpanimfoɔ MP no wɔ ba ka ho nyinaa meda wɔ so ase sɛ yɛ bɔ mpae sɛ daakye bia on benya nea ɛkyɛnse de ba beto aso Insan mani agia no one that so be said that bia metumi agyina saa nkoko wei so ama mabrabɔ atumponte ya me kan sɛ o mampani dramani mahama medana sipa sɛ on tonko so a no nyɛ saa
Abe na watwe kakra nie na yensenchiro ni mreko nyampombo ya mane e free mfimfin mante mu gomu akwoti gomu oyobi ni pom se langard fo be de ne den pa akobu adankra be bradwie sia timi ato agu a aposifo timi eso wo mu marbono kire se ne makwa kopie court amom kopie court no ya hye eso mo nkoda police adampura chi na mfa nkọ kaka ho a kire remand bi ne de ama wo mu na otimwafo no kire se nipa yi eka ho bo mu so ombe se ade ampa no kwasa ya de nipa dumienu yi na omo kire se omo nkodam na afi no omo ba mparimfo we bi omo de ensem nyina akwaguo na ebubo omo pa de anhwa na asotwe no ma omo nya asem keto akra aka hu bi amana ma hemfo wopom ho no nei court na setena mu no ana na setena chi no omo de yensen nsuo ni yabon komo ma de omo hwe no omo de tenanim sei
Ushishɛ no akwan meni ajon omo sin 2 weeks time yembra na MSF na me dem meni baji pa se omo bedem forever because and do mo de e ho no mo de me sheki ankasa me buo hu nti me e fast na me fa motor no fa police for ban esa de anka me be mo de minu amo na e ko nti pa cho mo hwe na case na e da ho na so plant mo hwe na mo e bi fa ho mai na nkofo no ye fa mo ko aban kuku mai e da
judge no e ma mo ti ase se sana case na koye no e wo say san de o mo ko remind na eye on the 4th of March ye san ba na e beto asem no so na meda judge na se esan say case no na time security for be kasa no ka twom say omu time so be kasa ntomu ya gboche ne time so ba mo kwan na o makasa nti ne mesere say penfo de omo na be sifo na aban no so di na sifo na yetumi alock omo because endra say no me holy me wo me site me to me fence keke o na o ba na o ba be che me mpo a me offense bi aye we holy me e de judge me ni age say judge na rule case ni say yes an kombra here on the 4th of March
empo me ni age pa den mo fa no
ti Ghana mabro yi bi omo kire so omo national security fo a hye ntade ko hunu a ade hye bu on dan gu ko wi so me langa de che omo no omo ama ne bo na ade hye ne ye bo ho komo na ade hye ne nkase na chi na hemfo ahodo ni bi a e wo gomu akoti gomu oyobi ene ni pomu so edoma no tu mu bi esei
de nanso no kan so nya asemi aka che ndura no si nu no de ni de kira na yaba na ebu hu nua obokọ na ma bia yi so de asem kan bia ehu yani ji papa de judge de na ase onko so ahin na dwun sara na akuti ni ahun to hen mu fi hin no ohin na oda asasa oda ma no fa asefo no no we do adwuma no no wo isa ya oyi ya fa ase no wa kwafa cruise de wo mo na fi wo mo hwe kakra mi ntum enchire de court won ye se me chire pepe la che no court no yin wa hu adwuma ye na chanti no de adwuma amanfo den we bubu na amanfo wa hwe ho no won hwe ho ne fi no do wo ye no won fa ye ho ne yesre fi kodo momagin ade obotu agi hu dwuma oda me
na yɛkɔ adwadie mu nsɛmu de amamo senate mpanimfoɔ na ɛbɔ nkɔmmɔ mo kyerɛ sei ɔmatratra makɔ babu ne hyehyɛ ahodo mu de agu akwa mu ntatimi aboa ama Ghana adwumayɛfoɔ ɛnhyɛ aban na ase kora no ɔmutimi ɛtwea entituo yi bia abɛboa wɔn paa na wɔkyerɛ sɛ wɔhamu abupen aduonum 52 ɛna yɛ adwumayɛfoɔ mo nhyɛ aban na ase ne nso ɔmo ka senate adwumako no mo hyehyɛ yɛ ho papa yi a wɔda senate adwumako no ano na kyerɛ sɛ senate emprempre ya mo no omukuta enipa mako 2.1 million a omo de santintuo yi omutu ho na mo pa na se de be no masosere mu nsem betimi akonkan ria ma wo mu ntinei adwumadi bi ofen lawyer ti program no de aba ono eya nsiachi ba omo de ma omo adwadifo se ya pomden de keka ho nyina na enkoye se bi ntintuo no keke se ukọ ahomegye mediska na mo de bi obenya nsiachi ba se o ya de ya betimi akwa yaresa bia akwahwe won ho tema na ma nyina timi akonkan opani kwankyerefo da senate adwumako na no Kwesi Afreben Nyamfui and an essential for a bonkomo essay.
Of improvements with regards to compliance. Employers are understanding that by paying for your workers, you are actually creating the environment at the workplace that motivates people to give up their best. And let me also commend the Minister of Finance for his outstanding performance last year with regards to payments for Senate contributions of government employees. For 2025, every due obligation from government was paid. So at the end of 2025, government did not have any contribution arrears for 2025. In fact, contribution arrears from 2024, by March last year, the minister had cleared them. And based on engagement that we've even had this year, we are pretty confident that that trend would continue. The private sector has also improved.
Na yeba uran krofo mamu na ye de Kaseɛ no asia ma ne bono kyerɛ sɛ ukɔ Tunisia mamu atisi a omna se bedwani baako ene egya gu ni chim papa court we Tunisia mamu ase se wonko demu abosome nwotwe papa yi bone bɛyi ɛna waye omofrɛ no Edin Ben atia omo akyɛ ne sɛ ene papa yi omo mampani wakwatwetwe no nakɔto abɛfo tentamfidie TikTok ne Facebook yi so akwatwetwe ne pa sɛ de nka ɔman Ghana mitimi ka so mampani bi yɛ incompetent obi atimi ka na adwene no papa akwatwetwe ɔmo mampani mra sɛ bedwane mu a yɛso ɔnkɔtwiri mu bosome mako enwotwe ɔba saa twetwe no ɔnkɔ abɛfo tentamfidie so ɛnkɔsrɛ mo mampani ntiamane ba efre Tunisia mamu ɛba no Ono so any age na don hwe Kaseɛ ne nyina asie e dem amo so mofo pani ene wofa kofia pie na nwum Mr. Stefan Kwase director ni so Samuel Sapon ne hair sound no bright do bwaje bo vit no wole na na ma sikapa gode be dina kam na chi so e de maaye ana brantie chiri owo MCR ode ye call emframa mu onua be ma wasempa Kenny Samson me so ana mche ebram de mu chi mu nyina be so mo me so me da wase so wo fie na che bre na wo so wo hwe me